Real Deal with the early... Oh, wow. That was a big one with Soul and Roman right there. Oh, Roman gets cheesed. I think Roman got cheesed by Real Deal, and then Luke got collected with Hunter right there. Okay, really close. Wow, multiple collisions that were close on there, and Roman gets slowed down quite a bit over here. Take a look. Oh, okay. I think it was Real Deal in detail. I think it is first and second. Oh, live nade on the track. Watch out, Bumper. I would say. Okay, here we go. Turkey. Oh, that could be cheesy. Okay, they get around. They get around again. Right to the bumper of Real Deal. Oh, Hunter. Oh, he gets him a little bit. He gets him a little bit. Well, I think they actually could have made it through clean, and there it is. Detail gets the collision there. Oh, wait, I think this might be white flag. And there it is. There it is, the slight collision with Detail. For time through the collisions, and he's not going to get cheesed. Real Deal will take it, and Luke will take second. Going on, Slunch has gotten up to third. He not only did he get by Roman, he got by Detail at the very end as well, and Slunch clutches out a podium. Right at the end, Detail takes fourth, Roman takes fifth. Hello everyone and welcome to HRL TRS Season 6 Grand Finals, round number 7, Millport. This is the penultimate round, 2 more to go for this Grand Finals. Look at the points going into this race. And as you can see, Real Deal claws back a little bit after the last one. It needs to get another win here, gain some more points, try to keep that championship battle alive. Slunch is starting to creep in there as well. If he can get another good result, Soul still on the edge of it, but probably between those 4 for the championship, and realistically, it's probably between. Mathematically, I think Slunch and Soul might still have a chance, but I'm not sure. But it's probably between Luke and Real Deal at this point, so that'll be the focus going into these last 2 races, as are the most likely drivers still able to take that. You can look at the lineup here. Going through the field, and Luke has the pick for this one, so pretty far on the inside. Slunch a little bit further down. Nades down. There we go. Green flag. And of course, Millport was raced very recently. Last race of the regular season. Wow, I don't know how that happened, but Armada just completely vertical and pointing straight up in the air, going down early on. Unfortunate start for him. Going into the chicane. And it looks like Soul has the best start, and funnily enough, I think the same thing happened when we raced this in the regular season as well. So Soul, I'm sure, excited to see this track in the Grand Finals lineup. And so far, so good. You know, getting off to another great start, and he did get his first podium in TRS. Actually, that's not true. Christ was the oval track was his first podium. I think this is his second one for him in TRS here. So definitely a track that he'd like to see. Oh, and a big collision right there, and that's going to hurt him a bit. I think he's still going to have the lead. It's going to hurt him quite a bit. But I'm pretty sure he still has the lead. Hunter might have led that lap, though. Oh, no. Lag cheese for Soul and Hunter at the front. What just happened there? That was very odd. Not sure. It looks pretty laggy to me. I'm not 100% sure on that one. And the field is starting to bunch up. It looked like things were going to get separated a bit early on, but with that big collision and that lag cheese, the entire pack is starting to bunch up yet again. Roman makes a move on Soul there. We're on board with Real Deal. Hunter takes the lead back. And yeah, great start for Hunter. This is definitely the best start that he's had, so I'm sure he's going to try to convert on that. It's been a pretty rough night for him so far, but good start like this, you know, leading laps, a few laps into the race. I'm sure he's going to be pretty happy with that. By the way, 176 is the checkpoint that we're going towards. Yeah, it was a little bit earlier on this one. Whoa, that was a big hit. Hunter, I think, colliding with Luke and just carrying so much momentum down the hill right there. They went so far down. And a really rough start to the race for Luke and Turkey. I think they're in like the last place spots right now. So, and that's for Real Deal, that's exactly what you want to see. If Luke could finish back there, that could cost him a lot of points. If Real Deal could finish at least in the podium, if things go as they stand right now, that could help him a ton and could really put him in a good position for that last race, and you know, make sure he still has a chance at taking this Grand Finals. I mean, right now, I would say that again, realistically, he's probably going to need something like that to happen, like a really bad result to come out for Luke, and obviously Real Deal's going to have to like probably get podiums for these last 2 races. Like, he's not going to be able to do it if they're both finishing on the podium. I don't think it's possible for him to win it, even if he's winning. If they're both finishing on the podium, it's not going to happen. Oh, Hunter getting collision there. He's going to need a little bit of help. He's going to need Luke to finish outside of the top 5 for at least one of these races, I would say. is the situation we're looking at. And I'm sure he knows that, but still, there's only so much he could do. He's going to focus on his own race and, you know, try to take the wins here. And right now he's in a pretty decent spot early on at Millport. I believe Roman and Slaunch right there are the leaders at this point. And what happened back here? Let's take a look at a replay. And Detail coming in hot. And just getting him with the lag cheese. I mean, obviously not intentional in that one. I mean, we could even see it in theater. Like, he looked totally clear on Real Deal, and I think just got him with the lag bubble a little bit right there. So unfortunate. Big move for Detail there, having a lot of momentum and just sending it to get into podium position, and he takes that podium position. So now he's in third. Real Deal falls back to fifth. He's now battling for fourth with Hunter there. Oh, man. Armada getting into the back of them. Real Deal getting into the Jersey barrier. Soul is starting to creep up there. And then right there is Luke and Opix, I think, still towards the back that we just saw. So, this is really set the stage to be an interesting race with the way the field looks right now. We'll see how things evolve. But, yeah, the start has definitely spiced things up. And, again, if the results can look similar to the way the race is looking right now, we could have quite a spicy finale race, so we'll have to see what happens here. Soul going to the inside of Real Deal, and that's definitely not what he's looking for. Let's see if Soul can take the spot. And again, this is a good track for him. He did get his second podium ever in TRS here. You know, had a shot at a win, had a great start. And yeah, I think Soul feels pretty comfortable on this track. Like I was saying, I'm sure he's excited to see this one in the Grand Finals lineup. Oh no, Real Deal getting the collision there, and Armada shooting to his inside, and I believe it's Luke that's just went in front of him. So this, well, now things get spiced up again. Now the battle between Real Deal and Luke on track is on. And yeah, that is not what Real Deal needed right there. That collision, not only did it send him back a few spots, it also sent him right behind his championship rival for this grand final, so we'll have to see how he handles that. And in case you missed it right there, we took a quick peek at the checkpoint count, and we're approaching the halfway point of this race, really close to it, so that's about where we're at right now. Not quite there yet, but getting close to it, and Hunter colliding with Slaunch right there. Soul goes by. Hunter's still in a pretty good position right now, still having a good race. But yeah, obviously that collision's not going to help him. And then battling so hard with Soul, and they get into the Jersey barrier. Unfortunate, Soul cheesed himself afterwards as well. Oh no, and Hunter gets involved in another collision right after that. And that whole sequence right there was just a great example of how quickly your luck can turn around in these TRS races, like how quickly it can happen. Hunter was you know, on pace for like a top 5, you know, maybe being able to battle for a podium. And in just one lap, in a few quick sequences, he goes from that to outside the top 5 and looking like he'll be lucky if he can get back in it. That's just how quickly it can change. Oh, another big collision right there, and that one knocked Soul out a little bit. So Soul's going to fall back now. And I believe who we just saw to the left of our screen there a couple seconds ago was Detail in that podium spot. So I believe... Oh, these are really close. These drivers are making contact with Real Deal and Luke above them, but not cheesing themselves too hard yet. And yeah, right there, just missed in the collision. That is Detail for third. So right now, Real Deal and Luke would be fourth and fifth. So, and with these collisions, it looks like they've kind of settled into these fourth and fifth place spots. Again, unless they get collided or wreck, you know, something happens here. It looks like they've got decent gaps. I believe, yeah, those are the drivers that are close behind that we just saw. Looks like Hunter and Soul. And yeah, they have a decent gap there. So, oh, but they do have some lap traffic cheese. Turkey cheesing himself in front of him, and that's going to slow him down a little bit. So let's see if that puts him in a collision range, makes anything spicy. No, not quite yet. But yeah, this is exactly what you like to see. The two drivers that have emerged as the championship contenders for this grand finals here in the penultimate round, battling it out on track, just like they did last race for a good majority of the race. Oh, and a big move from Luke here. Lots of momentum, but maybe too much momentum. Ends up going wide after the downhill, and Real Deal's able to take the spot back. So a moment right there where things could have gotten interesting. Luke could have taken the spot back, and he's staying on his bumper, trying to find any opening, even going to the outside a bit there, trying to find any way to get by Real Deal here, because If Luke finishes in front of Real Deal here, we're getting to the point where, you know, it starts to become maybe mathematically impossible into that last race. And I'll, you know, after this race is over, we'll see if that's a possibility depending on where they finish here. But if he does finish in front of him, that's definitely something that could come into play. That you know, it could be over after this race. Essentially, the championship battle could be over. So Real Deal definitely needs to finish. Definitely needs to finish in front of Luke here to keep his hopes alive, and, you know, probably by a couple positions, honestly, to have a realistic shot at this. And Luke to the inside here. This could potentially be the move. Oh, and they get collided while they're battling with Hunter, and they recover right back into the side-by-side battle that they were having. Unbelievable that's how that plays out. I cannot believe that's what just happened. Like, they're just perfect side-by-side battle. They get cheesed in that collision, and they both come out right next to each other. This is some absolute movie-type stuff happening here for this championship battle in our second-to-last race here. But that being said, Luke ends up taking the spot, has a decent gap there, and we go on board with Turkey for a second here. That's Roman getting in front of Turkey, I believe, putting him a lap down here. And speaking of which, we're getting closer and closer to the end of this race, and Roman has been leading the vast majority of it. Now, this is Slaunch, and this is a look at how far behind he is. He's got a decent gap to go. Roman has not finished on the podium yet this entire Grand Finals, which is a bit of a surprise to me. Big pile up here, by the way. Detail gets affected a lot by that one. But yeah, Roman hasn't finished on the podium yet, which is kind of a surprise to me. And he also hasn't won in TRS in the entire season. And he had a pretty good shot at it this race last time around. Let's see if he can do it this time around. But Detail gets cheesed in the collision there again. And this has spiced things up. Luke goes around him, and now Luke's in the podium spot. Detail's fallen back to fourth. That last lap was just super rough for him with the collisions. Let's see if he can get it back here. Because, yeah, I mean, if Luke finishes like 2 positions above Real Deal, like I said, we're getting really close to that mathematically impossible territory where it might just be over. So if you're Real Deal, you're really hoping for Detail to catch up and to make a move here. And with Armada cheesing in front of him, maybe that opens up the door, and it does. Detail going to the inside, and we have a 3 wide. That could get a little sus. They're gonna make it through nice and clean. And we go back on board with Luke to see if he can take the spot back. And you know he's going to be fighting for it because, again, if he takes this spot... I mean, finishing ahead of Real Deal in general is good, but if you finish 2 spots ahead, it's probably over. It's probably over going into that last round. So, you know, definitely trying to get the spot and end it here. And Detail goes a bit wide. Luke goes to the inside hard, but swerves a little bit. And Detail goes back to the inside. Great battle for this podium spot. As we're going on to, I believe, 2 laps to go for them, but I think Roman is actually approaching his white flag lap, so Roman in the lead could be winning his first race here. As we're watching these guys have a battle that has championship implications, and see what happens here and how it turns out. One more opportunity potentially here, or a couple more opportunities. With, you know, again, they have another lap and a half to go, and now Luke to the inside. He does get the run, so side by side with Detail, he did get just enough of a run. Oh, and they collide with Slaunch. But it hurts Slaunch more than it hurts them. Luke sends it to the inside and will take the spot right there. See if Detail can fight back for it. As Roman takes the win. Roman crosses the line. Take a look at that in a second. Takes the win. Definitely going to watch his final lap. His first TRS win ever coming here in the Grand Finals. Finally snapping that streak. And there it is. Luke's going to take the 3rd place spot over Detail there. So we'll take a look at that at the end of the race. See how that matters for the championship. But here we're going to take a look. A replay of the white flag lap. Didn't really see Roman for much of the race because he took the lead early on and kind of just ran away with it. So a great race for him. Again, after like 10 plus potentially 2nd place finishes in the regular season. Here in the Grand Finals, he doesn't finish on the podium until the 2nd last race where he takes the win and his first win in TRS, so congrats to him on that. Slaunch having another strong run, having a great Grand Finals, but just coming up short on the win yet again. But he is going to take his best finish in any of these races yet on the night. He's taken a lot of 3rd places. Now he goes up to 2nd, and Luke will take that 3rd place. Detail will finish 4th. Real Deal comes home in 5th, and we'll have to take a look at those points at the end of the race here and see how that works out. Like, is he still going to have a shot? Is he still going to have a shot going into this this final race? It's definitely going to be unlikely, but we're going to see if there's if there's still a chance. On board with Turkey, come across the line as well. So we're about done with everybody. Oh, there we are. Now we are done with everybody in the lineup. There we go. Turkey has that last place spot. And Turkey and Armada promptly jump off the map after the races are over. Love that. That's hilarious. But yeah, Roman, congrats on the win there. And taking a look at the points, and as you can see, 10-point gap. We'll discuss it in the next video if Real Deal still has a technical shot at taking the championship. Slaunch, strong third place now. Soul and Roman really close for 4th and 5th. Armada and Hunter really close for 9th and 10th. Those are the points battles that are really at stake going into this last race. And we'll discuss all that in the beginning of the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and see you in the next one.